Good day, dear students. If you've heard the audio of the lesson, introduction audio of the lesson, and the recap audio in which we have studied the religious synthesis, that is a chapter 3 of history, we have looked at the work of the different saints, that is the Bhakti movement, the Sufi saints, the followers of Lord Shiva, that is the Mainars, the followers of Lord Vishnu, that is the Alvars. And now this lesson is similar, somewhat similar to your chapter 3. We are going to look at the work of the Warkari saints, the work of the Warkari movement. The work of the Warkari movement, students, the society was greatly influenced by blind faith. What is blind faith? You blindly follow. Blindly follow what? The rituals, the customs told by the religious authorities, that is the priest. People became fatalistic. They lost their entire initiative. The condition of the people, the common man, was very miserable, very bad, very plightful. In such situations, some saints in Maharashtra tried to bring collectively work out what? Towards improving the condition of the society, and they put in collective efforts to inspire the masses. Inspire the masses means inspire the people. Maharashtra, the tradition of saints began with Sant Dhaneshwar, Sant Namdev, and many more saints came from different sections of the society, strata of the society, and all were the part of the saint tradition. And we have some examples mentioned over here: Sant Chokamala, Sant Goroba, Sant Sena, etc., etc., etc. We have Sant Nirmalabai, Sant Muktabai, Sant Janabai. All these saints tried to bring about different reforms in different strata of the society. And we are going to look at the work of the first saint, Sant Namdev. He was a great saint of the Warkari movement. He was a skilled organizer. He was very talented. He was a very organized person. And he performed kirtans. Kirtans were like bhajans, hymns that you sing for God. Praise and worship hymns. And he tried to bring in awakening in people. He brought a sense of equality between men and women. In those days, students, men and women were not treated equally in every caste. So what Sant Namdev wanted to tell us is that men and women both are equal. Equal before God. And we lived in a patriarchal society. What is a patriarchal society? A patriarchal society is a society where male figure is a dominant and he is dominating over the entire society. That is, the head of the family would be a father or a grandfather. Where the father or a grandfather is a head of the family, that type of a society is called a patriarchal society. His abhangas are well known. Abhangas are also again hymns which consisted of praise and worship of God. He taught common man, and common people were influenced by his teaching. He went up to Punjab, propagating his thoughts. His thoughts were even mentioned in Guru Granth Sahib of the Sikhs. We had studied this in the Sikh movement. We know Guru Granth Sahib was written by Guru Nanak, the books of holy scriptures of the Sikhs. Then the messages of his were from Bhagavad Gita. And so he built a memorial of Sant Choka Mela at Pandharpur, and his works are unforgettable. So we looked at the work of the first saint, Sant Namdev. Students, I always say these videos are educational videos and they are not for entertainment. So you are going to recall the work of Sant Namdev. Try to recollect the lesson, religious synthesis, because as I said it, this lesson is similar to that. We move next to Sant Dhaneshwar. He was a great saint in the Vakahari movement. He wrote Bharvatas, Dipikas, or Dhaneshwaris. That is his written work. The meaning of Sanskrit Bhagavad Gita also was composed in Atma Bhuvya, which was his work. He preached the importance of the part of devotion. Devotion we have understood in religious synthesis chapter. What is devotion? Worship God through faith. His work and compositions are shown in simple worship, conditions of the people followed by all over the world. And he gave a prestige to religion in this Vakahari movement. He spent his time extremely in extreme adverse conditions. He never lost his calm, peace of mind. He harbored bitterness, that is pyasadan, in Dhaneshwar's mind. His poetic compositions were written by his brother Sant Nirunath Sopandev, and his sister was Sant Muktabai. So let's recollect the work of Sant Dhaneshwar. We further move to Sant Eknath. We further move to Sant Eknath. He was a great saint of Bhakti movement. His compositions were also included in Abhangas, Gavalanas, and Baruds. He stated that dharma is in detail the simple manner. He has portrayed that dharma is in simple manner. That means religion is in simple manner. People's life of Bhavarata Ramayana, the story of Lord Rama. I guess you all must have seen Ramayana now. Explained in Marathi in Bhakti part of the Sanskrit of Bhagavad, Abhangas has shown the devotion of God. I had mentioned earlier also, Abhangas are hymns. He demonstrated his own conduct, that there is no need to renounce the worldly matter. He said we don't have to renounce world. We don't have to go and accept sage life or become priest or become a nun. But to search God, you don't have to renounce world. You can live in this world itself and seek God. He was a teacher of people in this sense, and he believed that Marathi is a language was inferior to no other language. So he taught people in Marathi language. All these saints, their preaching was done in Marathi language, because in those days Marathi was a common language of man. And Sant Eknath gives special importance to Marathi language. He said that we shouldn't be feeling ashamed of our mother tongue or our mother language. He heavily criticized the people who hated other religion. So my dear students, we have looked at the work of three different saints: Sant Namdev, Sant Dhaneshwar, and Sant Eknath. The next saint is Sant Tukaram, who belonged to the place called Dehu near Pune. He also wrote Abhangas, and his Abhangas were very pleasing. They were very pleasing to mind, very soothing, and he taught us how to reach God is only by singing poetic verses. And Gatha is a precious treasure of Marathi language. That was his poetic hymn or poetic songs. He asked people that God, by showing love to unhappy and tormented. Here is a line in Marathi: Je ka ranjle ka ganjle, त्यांसी मने जो आपुले, तोची साधू ओळखावे, देव तेचीच जाणावा. With this viewpoint, he threw river Indrayani into the documents of loans that people borrowed from him and freed many poor families. So he worked for the upliftment of the poor family. Apart from his religious work, we saw that he tried to improve the condition of the poor family by giving them loans or by setting them free from the loans that they had borrowed. He was against hypocrisy. What is hypocrisy? A hypocrite is a person who happens to, just preach about God in public and just keep saying things about God in public. Superstition. He was against superstition. What is superstitious? Superstitious are orthodox beliefs which have no logical reasoning behind it. And the society was very strong in terms of bhakti again. And people, he tried to bring the dogmatic people who tried to, govern the society with their principles. What is dogmatic? People who tried to govern principles by, tried to govern the society by principles. And he opposed the social awakening that had undertaken under Abhangas. Sant Tukaram happened to be the disciple and of Navji Mali. His disciples were following this thing, Navji Mali, Govardhan Vani, Santaji Jagande. Disciples are followers, so these are the names of his followers: Navji Mali, Govardhan Vani, Santaji Jagande, etc. etc. So we look at the work of Sant Tukaram, who gave special preference to Marathi language and also worked for upliftment of the poor. And his famous quote is Jodinya dhan uttam vairavahere udas vichare vech kari. So, in other words, now we've looked at four saints: Sant Tukaram, Sant Namdev, Sant Eknath, Sant Dhaneshwar. And the works of all these saints was what message they brought? They brought the message of equality. I had said earlier also in the lesson Religious Synthesis, we had understood the value of equality, humanity. We understood the importance of staying together in harmony. You have also studied in your civics the values of equality, liberty, fraternity. And thus all this resulted in social awakening. What is social awakening? Making people aware of social problems. And we tried to fight the foreign invasions. If you heard the audio clip, we had even spoken about the foreign invasion and fight against the drought conditions like famines and other natural calamities. And prove at this point of a time, the work of these saints proved great support for people. They built self-confidence in them. And where our values had gone down or it had deteriorated, the religion had gone down or it had deteriorated, all these times the work of saints tried to bring about and protect the society and give new meaning to religion and devotion. Thus, people learned to share their joys and sorrows, came out with their orthodox beliefs, dogmatic principles, superstitious life. There were many other scholars along with these saints who happened to try to bring about awakening in societies, and they were known as Shastris and Pandits. And religion was taught in simple language, in simple terms, so that all could follow. We are going to look at the work of the last saint, Sant Ramdas. Sant Ramdas was a saint who gave in importance to physical fitness. Maratha Tikuwa Melava Maharashtra Dharma Vadava. This was Sant Ramadas Swami's famous quote. Practical education is what he gave emphasis on. He gave emphasis to physical education. Book written by him is known as Das Bodh and Karuna Shakta Manache Shlok are his written works. He stated importance of people in this movement. He founded an organization known as Samartha Sampradaya. And he proposed the work of Lord Rama, and so he called himself to be the follower of Lord Rama, and that's how his name is Ramdas, means servant of Lord Rama. And he also preached the work of Hanuman, And he traveled to different places propagating his thoughts, preaching people about his thoughts. So here we have seen, students, an inspiration of independence from the foreign rule. Such were the work of the great saint who brought in social cultural improvement in Maharashtra. Maharashtra under the control of Adil Shah, we saw, and Nizam Shah, was not independent. But these saints tried to bring in great thoughts, bring in great revolution through their thoughts and values. And thus India could dream, or Maharashtra could dream, I should say, because we are learning India before, Maharashtra before Shivaji. So where Maharashtra could dream of having their own freedom. And now we are going to learn the work of Shahaji Maharaj, who was the father of Shivaji, and he worked for Nizam Shahi and Adil Shahi both. And then we are going to look at the visionary Swaraj which was dreamt by Shivaji.